Greetings, mortals. Jared Petty here with IGN. The game is Call of Duty Ghosts. The mission is The Hunted. The achievement is Jungle Ghosts. And it starts out by sneaking up behind this fellow right here. It's pretty much imperative to take him out. 3 or 4 bullets will do the job. Don't let him see you. Why don't you want to let him see you? Because the Jungle Ghost achievement requires you to complete this entire mission without being spotted once. To that end, you head up this hill, keeping this tree between you and a fellow off there to the left, and you're going to sneak quietly up behind this guy. Now make sure this entire time that you're in at least a crouched position or you'll be spotted almost immediately. Sneak up behind him here, be all quiet and stealthy. Pull out that knife, and there we go! And you're going to want to pick up his silenced automatic weapon. It's going to be handy later on. Now, notice a little blippy thing there on your wrist, on your kind of weird crossed arm thing. That little blippy radar, which is ripped kind of straight out of Aliens, is what you use to spot nearby enemies. You notice that when you're moving, it doesn't function. So you've got to stop and take a peek at it. It also doesn't work when you've got your automatic weapon pulled out. So when using that, you're going to have pistol and knife and just switch between them. Fortunately, your weapon switch is almost instantaneous. Notice we're down on the belly now in the foliage. You're going to see a lot of that in this video. Keeping low and in the leaves makes you almost invisible unless an enemy walks practically on top of you. When you're up in a crouching position, you're a little more vulnerable. Also, when you're out in the open along one of these paths. Now, the key to getting out of this mission is to head toward the light. We got to the top of that first hill, and then we're going to fall over there looking for that smoke. That's a crash site we're going to have to go through. But before we go down on this path, we don't just want to jump straight down yet, because off in the distance there, you maybe see that fellow on the left side. You want to make sure you take him down, or he's going to spot you crossing that open span of space. Your pistol doesn't have a lot of punch, so you're going to switch to your automatic, wait till he's in there, and pop, pop, pop. It's silenced. Hooray. Don't forget to reload. You may need it quick later on. Reload after every shot here. This isn't a combat-heavy mission if you're doing it right. How do you know if you're spotted and have to start over? Well, somebody's going to yell out, start shooting at you, or the music's going to change. If any of those things happen, you failed the mission and have to go back to the beginning. That's especially problematic because after a certain checkpoint, you have to sit through a cutscene every time, so you want to make sure you get this right the first time. Be very cautious. Err on the side of caution here. The last thing in the world you want is to get to the last minute or so and get spotted, which happened to me the first time I tried to make this video. There's a fella headed into the wreckage there. Keep his back to you. You think about shooting him, but if he's too far out, don't risk the shot. There's no need to kill anybody unless they're a threat of seeing you. Taking a look at your scanner, you see most folks are out in the distance. That outer arc of the scanner, it goes fairly far out, but guys move pretty quickly into your view, so if anybody's any closer than about 2/3 of the way down the scanner toward where your position is, you're in imminent danger, and you want to make sure to take them out or get belly first into some leaves. Alright, you're going to go along here, leaving the crash off to your right, heading down this path. You're on your belly again. It's curious that your guy keeps his arms crossed even when he's crawling on his stomach. He's really into that. I'm not sure if that's bona fide Special Forces training there or not. I've certainly never seen a real Green Beret do it, but, you know, maybe there's something to it. Your ghost heads off into the jungle here. You're going to keep a peek at your scanner. Keep an eye out. Stay in crouch. Never, ever, ever stand up. There's no reason for it in this mission. Oh, there's trouble right there. Dive to your belly, get in the leaves, and just don't let him get close. If he spots you, it's already too late, and you're starting over. So, along you go on your belly some more, keeping an eye out, folks on both sides of you. It gets a little tense every now and then, but again, remember that unless you're in the open, or unless they practically step on your head, they are not going to see you. Now, you do want to make sure not to shoot guys in front of other guys. People in Call of Duty seem to have a visual radius of about 3 square feet, so you can do all right as long as they're not directly in one another's line of sight in taking out fellas, but you don't want to kill 2 people that are standing right next to each other unless you can get them both within a split second. Crawling along your belly here a little more. A lot of belly crawling involved in this achievement. Switching out, checking your scanner, and it looks like it might be clear to get up. Nobody's showing up there. Taking a peek. Nope, staying safe here. Alright, here we go. You see that kind of wall of dirt over there? You're going to head off to the side of that. Your plane crash is off there in your distance. Head it up, follow the light. There's the plane crash on your right. There's this little narrow wedge of land right here that you're going to head through. You're looking for your teammates. At the beginning of this mission, you fell out of an airplane. You had a parachute, so that's why you're not dead. And you're looking for the rest of your team. Once you find them, things get a lot easier, except for one slightly difficult kind of quick reaction moment that you don't want to get spotted. So a lot of crawling, some more crawling, don't get spotted, crawling, Don't get spotted. Crawling. Crawl sideways. You can strafe crawl if you want. There we go. Some more leaves. You see a lot of leaves here. It's a small price to pay for the glory of that achievement or trophy, though. All right. Heading along. Yeah, fell off in the distance. May have to take him out. Do you see him? Maybe off there in the crash. Looks like you might be clear. Head along. Get some trees between us and there just to be sure. There we go. And look, there's the waterfall that we're looking for. That's the point where your team's going to meet you, as not far from that waterfall. So that's what you want to make for. Head directly toward it. And the nice thing there, those little blue blips, well, those are your friends. So you're about to hook up with the team, and from here, like I said a little earlier, things are going to become less difficult. You're not going to run into random enemies anymore. Everything's going to be more scripted. And there we go. Got some friends here. Hey, hi, everybody. Everybody's glad to see you, too. Follow Elias. The rest of the mission, you're going to get a good view of these guys' rear ends. All right, up we go. Crawling along. Don't really need to crawl anymore, so in a second I'm going to realize that and stand up. Get up here to this waterway. Now, we have a little set piece. One of your friends here is captured by a group of enemy soldiers. Bring out your automatic, and when prompted, shoot the guys on the right. Your teammates will take care of the rest. It's a nice silent kill. The mission doesn't get ruined. And follow your team down into the water now. Oh, some pretty little rainbow effects there. Oh, things are shaking. We're not sure what's going on. Elias is confused. Along the waterway. All right, off you go. Following your buddies. And you can do a little sprinting here now. It's okay. Just make sure you don't get too far ahead of everyone. And jump over this log here. Keep on going. There we go. Merrick's up there ahead. Along the creek bank. But don't get cocky, because right around this corner, big group enemy soldiers in a helicopter. Do not fire at them. Do not stand up. Do not move. Just wait for the dialogue to finish and those guys to walk away. If they spot you, the achievement is blown. You don't want to get this far and have it screw up. All right, there we go. Once again, just stay at pace with your teammates. There go some enemy soldiers off in the distance. Don't worry, they're not going to turn around for a while. Now, you're going to hear a message here in a minute that, uh-oh, they're coming back, or something like that from one of your gruff voice companions. When you hear that, just head over for that waterfall there on your left. See all the streams of water coming down? By crawling underneath that and pushing up against the far wall and crouching, you're going to become magically invisible to anyone who passes by. When he tells you not to move, he's not kidding. Don't move, even a little bit, or you will screw this up. Oh, there they go. Just sit there. There we go. Sitting, sitting, sitting. Very exciting. Very, very exciting. Off the men go. Who knows what they're talking about? All right, there we are. On along the way. Here we go. Running along. Out of the waterfall. Following people again. Getting really, really wet. Along the way. Following Elias. A lot of following here. Just continue on down the path. Yep. And you're going to come along until you hit your next encounter. You got a bunch of dudes in these trees. All right, this is actually really simple. If you try to go out on your own, it's more difficult. Crouch down and stick to Elias. If you do that, you're not going to get spotted. Wait for him to move and just keep staring at his rear end. He's going to sit there and go. All right, crouch down, follow Elias. He's going to break off here to the right in a second. You're going to walk right by a bunch of enemy soldiers. They don't see well. They also don't have a very good sense of how guard duty works. All right, there you go. Sticking with the team. Sticking with Elias. Yep. You know, he's got a pretty good rear end for a guy his age. I think he works out. All right, continue along. Little farther here. Little farther. Guys off to your left, don't worry about them. Don't look at them. Just follow Elias, and you're not going to get spotted. Keep on going. And now we got a big meadow coming up. This time you're going to follow, I believe it's Merrick. So you got to stop at the edge of the meadow when they tell you to. Guys are going to watch something happen here. Oh, helicopter comes down, drops off a bunch of troops. Apparently they're looking for you. Soldiers drop into the meadow. Big tall grass. You do not have to get on your belly. Just crouch. And there we go. Follow Merrick. Once again, just stick to him. You're going to walk right by some dudes, and they will magically not see you. Grass will emerge from Merrick's body in front of you. Kind of a magical little effect there. Keep on going. Don't turn right. Don't turn left. Don't do anything. Just follow. At this point, you're kind of in the world of interactive cinematic. You start a firefight here, you're going back to the beginning. Alright, now I lost him there for a second. When this happens, it's actually okay to stand up. When they sort of disappear there. There we go. Spot him off there in the distance. Stand up, run after him. And we're going to have a rocket take off here in the distance. Don't shoot at it or anything like that. Don't worry. It's just there's a showpiece advancing the plot. Not going to spoil what that's all about. Up the hill you go. It's all worth it for the achievement. Just keep telling yourself that. Once again, we're in the Hunted Mission, Jungle Ghosts Achievement, or Trophy. Alright, you're going to follow these guys up this hill. Now, you want to be ready. You're going to need to drop down on your belly here on very short notice in a second. Walk directly to that tall grass right there. Stop and then hit your belly. Do not move. Do not look around. Do nothing, or a helicopter will see you right here and spoil it. This is where I got caught before. This is your last chance to screw this mission up. Just avoid the temptation and wait till you hear your guys tell you it's all clear. When you do, stand up, look left. There they are going down this trail. At this point, it's almost impossible to ruin things. Slide down this hill, a little water slide style here. There's no enemies down here, so you can just break into a run when your fellas do. Take a look around on your radar. There ain't nobody there. Off you go. Now just run. Run for the hills. Run awkwardly. Why don't you run with your arms crossed? You crawl with your arms crossed, and you crouch with your arms crossed, and you stand with your arms crossed. Why not run that way? I don't know. The human body, it is a mystery. Keep on going. Don't worry about it. Nobody left to shoot. Run, run, run. Down the stream, and then why not jump off a waterfall? You're in no immediate danger, you know, but sure. 100-foot drop to the rocks below. Sounds like a plan. And slow. We're underwater. It's very dramatic. And the surface. There we are. Achievement unlocked, or trophy as the case may be. And there's Riley waiting for you. Congratulations for all your Call of Duty needs and help. IGN.